I got a preview. Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
Right on.
We are. Let me sign on here real quick just so I can read some comments. And then we are.
Man, look at the guitar setup.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty nice one.
Yeah. It's because I live in Nashville, dude. You got to have them.
Can you play them all though? Like legitly?
Yeah, I can play.
Nice, man. Nice.
I mean, yeah, play them all. I mean, the only one that's a mandolin, so that's the only one that's different, really. You know, the rest are fucking guitars. They're.
I can't do it.
My old man's got the same like setup. He's got a bunch of acoustics and jams every Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I used to play. I got some shit on Spotify and stuff. You can look it up. But I used to play all the time here in Nashville. That's why I moved here. I was trying to do the music thing, me and a buddy. And yeah, then I got into construction, remodeling, and just kind of gave it up. Anyways, enough about me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you.
All right, Ben. Let them know who you are, how you got started, and all that.
Yeah, no, I'll introduce myself here. I'm Ben Dempsey from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm a professional tile setter, obviously. I've owned my own company for about 5 years now, and as you all know, I own a gold.
You cut out. I don't know if you can hear us, but you're gonna have to go back to you own a gold.
We're good.
We're good now. We just cut out for a second. All right.
So
talk about the gold. What was the gold?
Yeah, no, I got a gold belt here from season 5, Tough as Nails show. It was the first time they allowed Canadians to compete, and took
you
it
came
home.
And crushed it, dude. Fuck yeah.
Representing the tall boys.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Team Dirty Hands.
Yeah. It's funny because it was the first time I think they had like a towel setter on the show too.
That's sick. So
what kind of people do they typically have on there? Like, is it just...
I would say like there's a lot of iron workers.
Okay. Like construction, like big construction type stuff.
Yeah, they tend to go for like, I don't know, like what you would consider like a tough trade. You know what I mean? We had some welders there, motorcycle fabricators. They kind of went. I mean, I used to be a fisherman for 4 years, and I also worked on an oil rig for 7 years. So they kind of wanted me to lean more to that side of my story. But little did they know that the tile guys are the true tough ones, right? So
that's awesome.
That's cool,
Jeff
man.
Says he wants your mustache.
What's that? I got it from him. Actually, you know what? When I shaved my beard to the mustache, I'm pretty sure Kip went and started rocking his. So
started the trend, buddy.
Started the trend. Then there was Amos. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Hey awesome. Man, I think all you guys are just copying Corbin.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Corbin rocks a hard mustache.
I don't know. Robert got some sort of like Johnny Depp thing going on over there.
yeah, no, kind of like Johnny Depp, or not Johnny Depp. Fucking what is it, Joe Dirt? Where he's like, I can't grow hair here, can't grow hair here. I'm like, yeah, dude, I try.
Right,
it looks so patchy. I'm like, nah, I gotta shave that. So this at least works.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, man, that shower looked spot on today, the one that you posted.
The blue one?
Yeah, man, I like that. I like the vibe of that one.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I think that's probably one of my favorites I've ever done.
Yeah.
It's just real moody in there. It's in a basement, so there's like no windows, no natural light.
Yeah.
It's moody.
Something about like a colored texture subway with nice clean miters, man. I always have fun doing them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like working with the like handmade stuff. That was some Zia, so you know it wasn't like perfect by any means.
Yeah, but I mean
So
that's what kind of makes it too, though, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Yeah.
were those the concrete tiles?
yeah. Which
Okay.
I always, whenever clients are going with like a handmade tile, I always make sure I'm like, now you're aware these
This
are
is not
not going to
perfect.
be perfect. Don't think I'm gonna like hone all these tiles.
By the way, boys, I need your sticker.
Oh, this
I'll
can be
send you
done.
some.
This can be done.
Yeah, we need some stickers. We need some more stickers here.
Yeah, let me get that address, Big Daddy.
Yeah. So yeah.
So talk to me. What project are you on right now?
Actually, I've been on an indoor pool for a while now. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say I wouldn't do it again. It's just when you get into those ones that are like massive projects, you start to kind of lose the love of doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
You need that
I don't know
gratification.
the creativity of it kind of just loses, and then like you're going.
That makes sense.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm on right now. Hoping to wrap it up here soon. Struggled with. Basically, they were going to get this guy in that we know he does skate parks.
Cool.
So he does all the Shock Creek stuff, and he can form it. He's one like.
Damn it,
Dude, that sounds badass.
That sounds
yeah.
Fun. So he does all the mud work.
He ended up, yeah, but
oh man. Ben. I was working so good. Sorry.
Man.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah. Is it me or is it you guys?
We just keep losing you, man.
It's just freezing.
Let me see if it's I'm out my garage, but I can't see it. Like, I got good signal here, so I don't know.
Hey, no worries. No worries.
And I'm in Canada too, right? So
right? We're already passing a boundary. Oh, that's awesome. So are you born and raised in Canada? Or are you did you move out there? How's that?
No, so basically like I'm from a small fishing village here in Herring Cove. Pretty much been here my whole life. We just bought actually our place here in December and moved back right to where we were both grew up here, me and my wife. So
nice.
yeah, man, but it's we kind of lucked out because the way the economy here is now, it's like it's super expensive to even to rent here. So like we're very fortunate to actually buy a home and be here. So
yeah.
I
feel like it. Are you in? Where are you at exactly?
We're in Halifax. So Halifax like is turning into basically like a Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
yeah. It's like a lot of major cities here. I know Denver's kind of that way, or definitely that way. Nashville's totally that way now. It's wild, man.
Yeah, what's it like to like? Is it expensive to live in Nashville?
Yeah, super. I mean, I got my house like it'll be 10 years ago. Like, no, it was 10 years ago, a week ago, and it's like tripled in value.
Wow,
it's a tiny house, but it's like ridiculous.
And you're in Colorado, Robert?
Yeah, that's how Colorado is too. I mean, I grew up in Austin, Texas, and it was expensive. And then we always wanted to come up to Denver, so we ended up moving up here, and it's just as expensive. And I'm like, man, I still look like when I get bored, I'll look at cheaper homes and stuff, and it's like, all right, you could buy a home out here still for this much. And it's like it's kind of cool, but it's like, man, over here, I lucked out and got my house too early. Still got like a at the time interest rate that's not ideal, but it's still, my mortgage is still cheaper than when we were trying to sell it originally, and I was paying rent on a 3-bedroom apartment. So it's like it's it's a win by keeping it, but it just, the way the market is right now, like you said, it just kind of, everybody's doesn't know what the fuck to do, really. Everyone's kind of shook for cash, or they just don't know. I don't know. So I'm kind of weary of selling it again, but part of me still wants to move somewhere cheaper.
So isn't Colorado like rated like one of the nicest places to live?
It's beautiful. What I like is the dry weather, because growing up in Austin, again, you have that muggy, and that was the one thing that, man, it just, coming out here, no mosquitoes. I was like, I always joke, I'm like, man, this is paradise. Like, where was this growing up? So it's pretty, but
no mosquitoes. Wow.
There's barely any this year. There's been a couple, and that's just because by the lakes it was a little still for a little while.
Right.
But past that, none. And there's no really even like lizards. You see like what is it? Spiders here. That's pretty much, I'd say, spiders and snakes, and that's it. So I grew up, like I said, in Austin, and we had geckos, we had all that shit. So when my kids see anything like that, they're like, alien, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Oh man.
We have actually, so there's one guy, I don't know if you follow hockey much, but Nathan McKinnon, he's from where I am from. Yeah. So he's from Cole Harbor, so he's like 20 minutes from here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had no idea that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a fucking killer player, man.
Oh yeah.
It's blessed. I'm actually going to be doing a towel job for a older couple that has a dog they named Mac, because of they're like the Mac attack. So it's like, oh dude, they have like all this signed jerseys and stuff, and I'm like, this is the kind of people that I love doing work for, because they're just genuinely 100%. Good people. It'll be a fun one, and that's the one where I was needed to find out what we use to float those walls with, because I need to find that mixture. And finally I called something Trojans, and they were able to find that mud mix I need, and they'll be able to, I think it's like $18 a bag, so they're going to ship it over here, because Home Depot, nothing else could find it, and it was unavailable in this region. So it's like, god damn it.
We're going to start floating or what?
So this was a weird situation. So like, they didn't frame anything on the back wall back in the day. Like some of these older homes, they tile straight to brick. So you almost have to do the lath and float tech too. And that's how when they're coming down, that's how it is. Otherwise, you could add first strips and bump it out. But we're going to a pre-existing boundary, or what is it, like a tile bullnose that ties into her wains she wants to keep. So I can't squeeze the shower anymore. It's already gonna, it's at 30 inches right now. So we're talking then going into 27, and it just starts becoming uncomfortable at that point, So it's 30 gives you just the right amount of room, to get the wiggles in. But
exactly.
I think anything besides that, it can get tight.
Yeah.
It's like showering in an RV. You're just getting it done, right? You're just like, all right. No one wants to spend a lot of money for that.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, I would love to learn. Obviously, I feel like everyone would love to learn how to float properly, but like for me, to offer it here, like I don't even know if they would even know what it is. You know what I mean?
That's where it's nice for certain situations, and that's what Andrew was able to talk to me about, was like, like the fireplaces that I do, some of them, he goes, it might be easier to float those. And I'm like, those are things that I, now knowing, I'm like, okay, that's a good idea, because I'm with you. It's just not as common here, and I don't think.
I tear a bunch of them out, but no one does them here.
See?
Yeah.
They're beautiful, though.
It makes sense. Like, it makes sense for certain situations, obviously, to float. Like, that
thing is solid.
Yeah.
I didn't believe how solid it was when I was hitting it with that hammer too, and I thought I was getting set up by the man. I was like, man, I'm gonna fuck up the walls, and like, he's like, no, hit that shit harder. I'm like, god damn, we just put this on. I ain't trying to break it. But it made me a believer, and I'm very thankful that I learned, because it's a nice thing to have, just to know. And that's the meaning of life for me, is to try to learn as much as we can, right, in the time we got. So it's.
How quickly did you pick up? Like, is it something like You do
So
learn
by
challenge.
no means was I good by the time I left, but I understood how the procedure, and now understanding the right kind of materials to use. It's just getting the equipment and then doing the 2 steps, and somewhat it's going to take me longer. Andrew and Ed, damn dude, they were fucking efficient, man. They flew through that, and it was like, okay, that's the kind of, when you get in that rhythm because you're doing it so much,
Right.
It becomes efficient. I mean, you can almost I can guarantee you they could probably get one mudded before people are walking in and out if you're having to go outside and cut your boards and then coming back in. So it's efficient.
Damn.
All he says, I'm an expert now. Had great teachers. Thanks, Andrew. All right. Too good. So how did you get on this show? Did you audition or talk a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I used to watch the show. I always thought it was a cool show, just because it's like you don't see too many trade shows.
Absolutely no.
So, and then I wouldn't say I fell off with it, but like my father and my mother were like, they were doing this. Phil Kogan, the host there, the guy from The Amazing Race, he put this thing out saying like we're allowing Canadians to compete. So I was just like, he was like, you should do it, and I was like, yeah, all right, I'll just apply. And then I applied, and then they just kept on like coming back to me like through email saying like, we're really interested in you. Like there was a lot of steps. Like you had to be pretty dedicated, and if I didn't feel like I had an opportunity or a chance, then I probably wouldn't have went forward with it. But like we were doing every week, so every Sunday I had to film myself doing. It was called the Brutal Truth Challenge, and it's an 8-minute test, but you had to get at least 100, minimum 100 burpees in 8 minutes. And you had to hit that every week and send in your video. And like if you missed one, then you would kind of be out. But there was blood work that needed to be done. Like they did like steroid testing. Yeah, man, it was a huge process. But like I said, as I got on, then I was kind of like, okay, it kind of was all worth it.
That's sick.
Yeah, like it's and you meet people too, right? Like when we got there, it's like everyone says, like, yeah, going on a show, it's hard to take away from that time. Like I was only gone away for five weeks, so and you're getting like you would get paid a per diem to be there.
Nice.
So like it wasn't. I don't know, man. If anyone ever has the opportunity to do something cool like that you're interested in, like I was interested in that show. I would never have done like a reality TV show like Big Brother or something like that. But like this was kind of just up my alley and kind of what I went through with my life. I needed something to give me a kickstart. So I had a story to go on to it. And when I got there, I knew I was kind of going to go into beast mode when I was there. So wasn't going to go there without nothing.
Did you think you're gonna win once you met your competitor?
Competition?
It was hard, man, because you were in quarantine for a week when you first got there. You just went. They flew you out. You pretty much showed at the hotel. You couldn't see anyone, and they locked you in a hotel room for a week. And then when they started to get into filming, that's kind of when you seen everyone, and then you were kind of just doing like a judge a book by its cover type thing.
Yeah.
Like the first very episode was when they were introducing us all. That was literally the first time we actually seen everyone.
Really? Okay.
So and then you jumped right into a challenge. So I was like, and that first challenge, I just like gave it my all, and I ended up winning the first challenge to become team captain. And then I was kind of like, okay, this might be something that I can actually win.
Dude, so, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their own stories to be there, and I mean, that's fine. I just knew my background and what kind of I was going through to get there, and I kind of like had a pretty big fire lit under me to win. So I knew that was gonna take a lot to not for someone to actually like bump me out.
Hell yeah, that's motivation, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a cool opportunity. Like, I mean, not saying everyone go out and apply for something, but I mean, if it's something you're interested in or whatever, you never know. Just apply and I would never think that I would have won or been on a show. It's just cards played right?
That's awesome. That's
You know,
awesome.
you still in
Cool.
touch with any of those people?
Oh yeah, I got. I might be getting flown out to one of the guys. He's from Canada too. He's doing some renovations and he's struggling with some tile work. So he said he would fly me out to do some work for him. So I might. But yeah, I talk to a lot of them. Some more than others. Like But yeah, I mean, if I were to see everyone again, it's weird, man. It's a big shocking experience when you're done and you're with those people 24/7 for 5 weeks, and then it's just like, okay, see ya. You gotta move on from everything. But yeah, it's like a big family, kind of like the Tile family, right? Like we may not have all met each other in person, but like we have each other's backs 24/7, right? So
Yep.
Right on. Yeah.
and that's kind of what I like about the tile industry, man, is like for me, it's like no other trade. We're constantly supporting one another. We're constantly in our corners, no competition. We're just all trying to grow as one, and that's kind of what makes me love the tile.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love getting that motivation from people when like they do something a little bit differently, and it's just like, cool, I want to try that. And it's never like like, oh damn, why didn't I do that? Like, it's just like, that's awesome. All right, let's
Yeah.
can't wait to get that. Hopefully, I'm weighing towel tomorrow, so it's like I'm gonna try this shit right off the bat. But it's
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I think social media is awesome. It's got its ups and downs. Everyone's all, you got to control it, and don't let it control you, kind of thing. So I think it's a great tool to have these days, and it's a blessing. It's gotten us all in touch with each other, so it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually just recently talking to Kip, and I just said, there's definitely times for me where I have to have a balance with my work and with social media. Like I'll always be there seeing other people's stuff, but like sometimes I feel like for me, being like the sole guy with my business and doing the sole work, it's hard to find that balance. So sometimes I do need to like just be like, okay, I need to focus just purely on my business rather than trying to capture every moment of the art that we create. You know what I mean? There has to be some sort of balance because it does affect your mental health. Like it really can.
Right.
So, but
I think
it's all what you want to do too, right? Like if you want to create content for a business aspect, like if you have a goal in mind that you want to grow with, then sure, that's what you need to do, right? For me, I just enjoy sometimes creating content just for myself. But as long as we're paying the bills for our families, I mean that's really the end result, right? So
I actually started another page that I haven't gotten anything uploaded yet, but that one's going to be on the back of my business cards where it's just going to showcase all the different projects that I've done.
Nice.
So I'll comb through the content, they'll just naturally see all the projects. And then from that point on, if they want to see the content, that's fine. But it just makes it that much easier for selling those jobs and things like that. And that's kind of the two aspects you were talking about, right? Where it's like, that's the business side. And then there's also the side where I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and then let's have some fun and let's do it.
That's actually a really good idea. I mean, I ran into that with some builders where it's like a lot of the time people here want to see your work. Like they know that you do good work, but they would like to see you showcase your work rather than just maybe doing like.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's But I mean, like I said, there's a balance. There's definitely a balance. But I mean, I do love seeing everyone posting their videos, man. Like it's fun. I finally got
a moment today because, like, I would say the last 2 weeks, I just got kind of swamped between. I think I had like 12 estimates to put out, just all these different things with all the 2 projects I was running, closing one, getting one going, and it just I had no time. And then I was like, okay, I had to take a second to come back and be like, this is what I wanted. And I need to make time, and I'm going to, today I started filming again, and it was just fun again. It was like, okay, this is the feeling it was. I don't want to lose that feeling, but I'm not going to let it control me either, like you said. So it's a good little balance. So
yeah, you don't want to force it, right? You want to You want to do it.
No,
when
that
it
blocks
feels right.
creativity. It was fun just thinking of the shots I wanted, and then can't wait to edit it. So I'm like, all right, that'll be either tonight or tomorrow. It's just fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys also just run out of space on your phone, and that just kind of creates more of like a mental jam for you. Like, oh, well, now I gotta go through there and decide what to delete. It's like now I got to find time to do that. It's like,
absolutely.
I mean, it all creates a little bit of stress.
Oh, dude, my phone's been trying to update for the last like 2-3 months, and it's like no storage. I'm like, God, I don't have much else I can delete. Like,
well, you
got
got
the phone, all the stuff my kids like were using it for, and it's just like, got them tablets. So I'm like, you got your own. There's no excuse, and it's like, but I'm running out of room. I'm like, man, no, the other stuff I use.
You need to get 2 phones like Kurt.
I used to have 2 phones, and haven't gone that route this time. And I'm just like, I don't know, either that or get a ton of storage because the cloud's already full. I don't know. I'm tapped.
How full can the cloud get? Do you know what I mean? Like,
even like a shared plan. I think that's the only thing. So I think you can get up to like 2 terabytes, like family shared or something on my plan. Which there's no way we're up to 2, but I think like my wife's got a ton of shit on her phone. So I'm like, I think that eats up a ton of it too. And I don't know. Well, all I know is I can't. There comes a point where not every day, but I'd say once a month, it's like stops filming, which hopefully you see it when it does that. And it's like, you got to go through and comb all this shit. And I'm like, God damn it. I got time to do that right now.
Yeah.
I hate it when you're in the middle of like a good reel.
Oh,
you're like, well, fuck, I can't stop work just because it's not recording. It's like, damn, that was gonna be a banger too.
Yeah. Hold on, Instead, shut up. I gotta fucking delete some shit.
All trash, and I probably don't delete it, and that's half of what's clogging up my phone.
Right.
So that's the other thing. So like, you can delete a picture, right? But then it goes into a trash folder, which then it still sits there for 30 days. So it's not really deleted. So then you got to go over there and actually delete it to actually get the memory off of it. I'm like, God damn.
There's a way though. I thought like you could upload everything on your phone to a computer, no? Like or a USB or something.
Yeah,
like, clear
I can do that.
Yeah,
I think I can like at least save all the photos and then essentially dump them and restart. And that would still gain me a good amount, but
yeah. I mean, I don't do it. I've been told I should do it, but I don't do it.
Kip says cloud storage is crucial. Buy more.
It is. It has to be.
Cloud it. Good idea. All right. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Put it in the schedule.
Get a Mac and just airdrop it to the Mac. All right. I like this, Kip. That's a good idea too.
I can't see. Can like only you guys see the comments and stuff?
So I got my phone over here and I stream it onto that too, so I can see the comments. Because otherwise, unless they're commenting into the section, or I think it's on YouTube, you don't see anything.
Right.
So. But hell yeah, dude. What's the project you got after the pool? Got any idea?
Man, I'll tell you what. This has been. I mean, I've always been consistent. I've always been busy, but it seems like this summer has been like crazy. Like. And I'm the type of guy that I don't like saying no. So I find myself like I'm working a ton of weekends just to get through, and I'm hoping that it's eventually going to calm down. Like I miss the days where you're on a project, you get a day or two to kind of get reset, get your tools back organized. But no, it's been a lot of jumping around, and it's mainly, I think, just because I'm on this big project. Well, I know when you take those big projects, you sometimes tend to lose other opportunities. But needless to say, I mean, the pool is paying very well, so I had to take it on. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy summer. It's been definitely a crazy summer. So I got a lot of a lot of showers, a lot of new connections that I've made, and just hoping I can make the timelines.
I know. I got I'm starting 2 projects, running one on demo and prep, and the other one staggered to tile. Just so I can split my tools, and then
Right.
I'll make some more money doing it. And as long as it's within means from each other, I can travel between the two each day. And but it's starting to kick my ass because I'm finally getting acclimated to it. But just getting the start of it, I was like, man, this is it feels harder than even though if I'm working all day anyway, but it's just, I think because I'm having to reset my mind to do something else, another task, get somewhere else. And it's just, otherwise I can just get in my groove and crack something out. But I'm just trying to do this because then eventually it'll be easier for me to expand as I go if I can fill a schedule like that. So we'll see.
So Kyle, you do like full renos, eh? Like straight.
Yeah.
Like strip down. Do you find it easier to book your time out for something like that?
Dude, honestly, I don't know the difference. That's how I've always done it.
Right. So
there's only been a couple times. Actually, I got one coming up. It's like free. I'm just doing the tile in, but it's rare that I do those kind of jobs. It's pretty much always full bathroom model.
But you're going to be getting your GC license soon, so that'll open the door for more possibilities. So
yeah.
Oh, so you're going straight GC like on builds and stuff?
Yeah. So I mean, it's different everywhere in the States. Like every state is different pretty much, but Tennessee makes it pretty tough. Like having a GC license in Tennessee is like an actual thing. I know some states it's like you literally just go and apply for one. They give it to you.
Right.
But here you have to have like money in the bank and you have to have assets under a business and take tests and all kinds of shit. So
well, good for you though, man. Like that's a big step. It's a big step, and I think it's something you want to do. It's going to pay off. Might be stressful, but
yeah,
it's a pay to play state.
It is a pay to play, yeah. But I'm just, trying to get off the tools eventually, and I feel like it's the only way. I just, I'm not into like the idea of illegal subcontracting, and it seems like every time I do subcontract, anyways, it bites me in the ass. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Hey, do it long enough to find the right group. That's all you need. Just keep you in.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
For sure.
It kind of gives you a way out. You know what I mean? So once in your body starts feeling beat, it's like, all right, plan B in place without having to retire.
I've thought about getting into GC work. Because I mean, that's the thing is finding the goal to either get off the tools or like make things more laborish in the end, right? And just bring in more money. It's just finding the way to do that, I guess. But I don't know.
Do you work alone?
Yeah, I do work alone. I mean, there is an opportunity possibly to work with someone else. The hard thing for me was like here in Halifax, I would say, there's probably more that I don't know, but like I know a handful, 4 or 5 guys that do really good work here. And a lot of the builders, we make those connections and they know us. So it's hard to find guys that are either you can trust or you literally have to take the time to show them your train, which you don't really ever have that time. And then the trust of being like, hey, once I show you everything, who's to say that you're just not going to go off and do your own thing?
Exactly.
So it's hard to weigh those things. I'm just not there yet. I feel like I don't really need that. Could have used it on the pool for sure, but my builders know how I work. They, I'm not rushed. They just want it done right. So I'm never really pushing myself too thin.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I got a GC project coming up pretty soon that I'll have a hexagon floor that I need to do, which is close to like 400 square foot. And that'll be staggered, but I think about a week at least, so I can demo prep the first week. And as I'm laying tile, I can go in. That GC is going to have 3 bathrooms and then a backsplash. And in each bathroom, they're getting showers and tile floors. So I'm just going to I'm going to hit it like a production. I'm just going to go in there and set all the pans one day and then do all the walls and the other 3 showers, and then hit all the floors one day. So because they're smaller rooms, so it's feasible, and then do back walls on every wall. So it's just that way everything will be done almost in the same amount of time as one shower could be done, if So it's just gonna be longer days, but that's how I kind of want to approach this project. And I give myself to 4 to 5 weeks, and if I can blow it out of the water, it ups his schedule and it makes me look like, hey, awesome, I came and saved the day. So
yeah, exactly.
When you do this, it just kind of like hopped on, and it's going to pay great. So that's where I'm like, I want to do it. And it's the more connections I have with those kind of people that can present me with work, it's easier for me than just to do an estimate real quick with them, because I'm not having to like sell them on anything. I'm just coming to measure my square footage, write them an estimate, and then you move on. You start working that way, and I like that approach more than I love meeting my homeowners and stuff. But some of them they're all at different levels, right? Some real excited, some want you to take it control, don't want to know anything until they see it, and it's if you can cut that out, it just makes you work a little more efficient, I think. So
100%.
That's kind of how I want to approach the next year moving forward, and kind of go from there.
I got a question for you guys. I have a builder. He's actually a pretty reputable guy, and he puts plywood in his showers, and then you waterproof it. And he does it because of like a lot of times we'd have to like, if there's any deflection in it, or if it's the walls aren't like, he's usually pretty plumb with them.
Yeah.
Like you read it or whatever, but his thing is like, man, like all the older style homes around here in Halifax, like you start, they have plywood there, and then you just waterproof the plywood with like a
waterproofing, just the membrane itself, or do they put like board on and then membrane? Like how
no, it's just plywood, and then they want to do membrane.
Plywood membrane tile.
Yeah, man. He said it's a lot harder than putting like a drywall, because we use a lot of drywall down here, right?
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
And he's like, it's just way harder, man. And he's like, they have never had any water issues.
Shit, I don't know. I mean, theoretically,
I know it's weird, and I was like, man, I never heard of it, but like,
I mean, I've done that to fur out a wall. Like, say I needed to like get rid of something, I can fur it out, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and then that gives you surface area to screw onto too, and you can do that. But I still put prep boards on, and that just acts as the first strip, that OSB or whatever I end up using. So I don't know.
Does he not want to put any kind of board up to save money or something like that?
He's not. It wouldn't really be saving money, man, because like plywood's way more expensive here, right?
Right.
Yeah, but why does? Okay, so the plywood creates rigidity, like for sure.
Yeah.
So, but like, why does he want to board over top of it after that? Just because he doesn't want to spend the money on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess he could board over top of it.
That's what I would at least do.
But like, he's just not a fan of the drywall situation. I mean, I'm not really against it. Like, I haven't seen it, and he's saying like you would just use say if I'm using like a Sluter membrane, like just use the primer right? Prime out the board and then lay your membrane on it, right? But I don't know, man. I just asked if you guys like, have you ever seen something like that?
I haven't seen that one yet.
How thick of plywood are we talking about there? 3/4 inch?
Yeah, probably. I think it is.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I'm sure it works.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know what I mean? Like, why not? Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Why
Theoretically, yes. The membrane, as long as it's not punctured, it's going to work no different than if you wrapped it on a curdy board, right? So it's yes, I can see that. But
are you doing sheet membrane or liquid?
Sheet membrane, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you put that shit on the floor,
right?
I mean, sounds like a solid ass shower to me, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was like, I wasn't against it. I was just like, no, man. Like, I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't put the Sluter membrane on plywood. And like, I said I'm definitely priming it for sure, because
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then a lot of his stuff is mud beds. Like we chuck in mud beds for the base, so then you got like a solid plywood wall with a mud bed. Like, that's pretty solid shower.
I'm just trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, Yeah, as long as it's properly waterproofed, it's better than
It's better than drywall
to me.
That's what he's saying. Like, if anything ever happens, say to your waterproofing or whatever, and then it's hitting drywall, like drywall is just gonna literally either mold up and just flake off, rather than if it's wood, it's wood.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if you don't seal the tile, or you know what I mean, and it's coming through, it's still going to stop at the membrane. So it's not going to ever fail. Theoretically, should never fail that OSB. It'll fail the tile then set before.
But if
look, Kyle's going to be using plywood now. I can tell.
Because started something. Are on exterior walls, so I'm thinking like if there's ever an exterior leak though, and that moisture gets to that plywood.
Yeah, but it's spray foamed. But you're right. Like right at the. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You have spray foamed insulation all your walls. We don't do that.
Most of the stuff is like spray foamed. Yeah.
Is that because of the weather?
What?
Is that because of the weather?
I think. Like I'm not.
How cold are the winters?
Yeah, it probably is because of the cold winters. We get like minus. Well, we're different than you guys, but like we get minus. Like here would probably be like the highs would be like minus 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only ever gotten like minus 10, and it was rare over here in Colorado. So it's typically it's like 10 on a bad day, 20. But
like I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like most new builds here are going to have spray foam. Like, but there is in cases where they are chucking in.
They still use bats over here just to save money because they can get away with it, and it's just
exactly.
Yeah. But I still get so many homeowners who are like, I want a niche there. And I'm like, that's an exterior wall. We're not doing that. I'm like, that needs to be insulation. Like, no. That's how you ask for trouble. So
plywood king boys. I'm telling you. That is 3/4 inch tile.
I'm not fucking doing it, but let me know how it goes though.
Yeah, no, I will. I mean, I'm not really going against it. Like, because I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, the only thing is that wood expands and contracts more,
Yeah. That was the only thing I could think of in my mind. Something, being so hard, how would it react?
Definitely got to silicone your corners, no hard grouting.
Yeah, but it's like in what though? You know what I mean? Like if your hose is, I mean, I guess.
I mean, if you cut it, think of it this way. Like, I don't know if it happens.
Yeah, but like if you're putting, sorry, but like if you're doing like drywall and then you're mudding your corners, like most of the time it's on stuff that.
But if it gets hot enough, it swells. You'll see that stress crack.
Right.
But that's the only thing. Like, would that happen in the tile because there's no give in it? Like, I think concrete board might even do that too. Right? But I mean, the foam boards probably have a little flex in them to where they allow for it. And if you give it some anyway, then you're good to go. I'd say that would work. You just need to cut the board a little shorter so that it allowed a little expansion contraction.
Right. We'll see, man. I mean,
please.
And we do, and he does in the neighborhood that like basically the place where he does all his stuff is like super, super reputable like area. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So, fuck it, do it.
I mean,
it's his ass, not yours anyway.
Well, that's just it. Like I couldn't really give him an answer as to. I don't know, man. I've never seen it done. So I was like, all right.
It too, or are you putting the membrane up on?
I'm putting the membrane up. It's just he's putting I would never. No. I don't let anyone prep my stuff, man.
Yeah, dude.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't. Like
it creates.
I might start letting some guys tile my stuff, but I'm not gonna let them prep it.
Yeah. Right.
No,
because I mean, end of the day, man, prep is everything. Like it's just everything.
Yeah,
that's where my OCD in these two hands. I love them because working by myself, it's like, all right, everything. I have the chance to make it as spot on as I can with prep, because then it'll just make my life that much easier. And it's like, oh god. Today I was doing a template for the shower pan I'm on right now, and it just I don't know, man. It just there would have been a time back in the day when I was so cocky that I would have been like, oh, people the template, like it's a shortcut because they don't want to take measurements and stuff. And it's like, yeah, what is it? You can skin a cat more than 2 ways, right? Or something like that, more than 1 way. But it's like, man, it's so efficient now. And I'm like, I do not template now. I would say for the last 2 years, almost 3 years, that's all I've been doing.
I bust out my glue gun and the wood sticks more than the tape measure. I'll tell you that. I do.
It's just spot on. I mean, I still like measure when I was putting it down the tile and got my reveal and squared it up, but I'm just going to get a better result this way. And I'm like, man, think smarter, not harder.
Are you done that one? It was like a tub, wasn't it? You were doing all the
got that one done. Wrapped that one up. And now I'm on a master bath that we're going to have a 2-wall shower. Back wall creeps into a surround for the tub, freestanding tub, and then just a nice porcelain floor I'm putting in. They're all going to be like 12 by 24 tiles. So with the exception of, I think, a white marble stone for the hey!
There's my boyfriend.
Too good.
Yeah.
I got his shorts up here. The ones I brought for the signing.
Yeah.
I actually got that same sticker. I put that one on. That was right. I showed you. It was on my truck. That's why you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, man. It's weird, man. Like even like when we did that whole Odie event, like it's like crazy, man. How much you just miss people once you meet them, right? Like it's just the same as it's just like I feel like this whole tile family thing. It feels like we're all friends and like you just never get to actually intervene unless it's like coverings, which I was bummed that I couldn't go to.
Dude, I hope you get to come next year.
Oh, buddy, I literally am like, will 100% be there. The only reason we couldn't is me and the wife booked a family trip to Cuba, so it was like I couldn't. Like it was like 3 days after.
Pretty good other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, and it was, but like I was still like, man, like come on, like.
It's nice. I mean, come home, hang out with my family at night, and then go to work. And when those come around, it's just nice to kind of check out for a moment, and you're just being yourself, and it's just nice. And it's for me at least because my wife's a teacher, so she can't really come, and so she'll stay with the kids. So it ends up just being me, and it's like, well, shit, dude, it's just a way for me to kind of hit those reset buttons and just be myself. Don't have to worry, and I love it. So I'm excited to come. I'm gonna do Surface in January, and then I'll be in Orlando. Surface? So that one I think is at the end of January, February. I want to say.
Yeah, but where is it?
Las Vegas.
That's the one that's always. I think Coverings is in Orlando this year.
Orlando this next year, and then the following year it's going to be in Vegas too. So they'll both be not back to back, but I think within a few months. I'm like, Jesus. All right.
I don't know if I can do Vegas.
Dude, I can do it. But last time I was there for 4th of July this year, it was 118 degrees. And I was like, geez, man, I'm 36. I'm like, I'm not as young anymore, I guess, because I about had a heat stroke walking just down the strip. I'm like, God damn, what's happening? I bust my ass off at work. I'm in shape, I'd like to say, for the most part. But it's just like, God damn, it was hotter than hell.
Yeah, man. What's that?
I said it's dry though. Yeah, Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was awful. My buddy, they took a cab, and I went somewhere first, and then they were like, "Hey, meet us at." They wanted to go to like the old areas. They were at the Golden Nugget, and they're like, "Meet us here," and I like routed it, and it's an hour and a half walk, and I'm like, "Fuck that." I'm like, yeah, sure, I can Uber, but I'm like, there's nothing there that's not in like here. I'm like, no, they're gonna be back by the time I show up. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Dry heat's so weird how it just like it dries your sweat off, and you don't even realize you're just like dehydrated.
Oh, you don't know you're dying until you're dead. You're like, that's the worst.
I feel like I'd like a dry heat better though, because like here, it gets like super humid. We're almost like. It can get to like a feeling like, well, less than Florida, but Florida's like gross.
Oh yeah, dude.
It gets pretty humid here in the summertime.
Yeah, humidity is just oh man, I can't
Here
stand
it's
that.
all about the sun and the wind. So if the sun's out, there's no wind. I've been literally before I only specialize in tile. I was doing a deck outside right when I moved here, and it was like 9 degrees, and like my shirt's off. I'm like sweating a little, but not like crazy, just a little bit. And I'm like, dude, but it doesn't feel like it's 9 degrees because you're so close. I believe you're naturally closer to the sun. It's just fucking. It feels that hot, you know. But if it's like clouds are in and the wind's blowing, you're gonna be freezing your ass off at 9 degrees. So it's funny how it can all be with all, like I said, the sun and the wind. So.
Yeah, man, it's I love my seasons here, man. Like I love having, like our winters can be a little bit long. They're getting a little bit better though. It's weird with the earth being on fire, as they say. But
right.
like yeah, man, I like fall here, like from October. Well, even like now it's starting to get cooler in the nights. It's beautiful here, man. Like it's just a nice like sun, but a little bit cool. You know what I mean? Like I love it.
That's what it just started doing again over here, and I'm like, man, I agree.
What's your temperature there right now? Like 50s, 40s?
I don't know. I'm scared to X out of that. I would say right now, like during the day.
Yeah, in the daytime, sure. What do you?
So it would be. See, ours is different. So it'd be like 23, like a 23, like 20s.
Oh yeah, you're on Celsius.
Yeah. And then the nights it will come down to like right now, like this morning it was like 10, 12.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Celsius, right? I think.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I don't know how to convert that shit. I never knew how to.
I just know 0 freezing, and that's 32 degrees. So it's around there.
Yeah.
So
you guys are usually like 80s, right? And Nashville and stuff.
Yeah, we're like 80s, maybe low 90s right now.
Yeah, okay.
It's 79 right now. It'll creep down to 60, it says, by the end of the night. But it's just been hot the last few days. Like Thursday, it'll be high of 74, low of 55. So that'd be perfect. I can't wait for winter.
I think Ed was in Nashville after coverings after the whole Odie thing.
There you go.
There's been a few people come through here recently.
Yeah.
Randy was here.
Was he?
I think Kurt was here recently.
There you go.
Kip came through to get some material.
Did you guys all meet up?
No, they all come at different times. So nah, I tried to meet up with Randy. Just didn't happen. He was down here partying like a wild man. I think he got arrested for drunken disorderly.
Disorderly.
No, I'm fucking kidding.
I could see it.
No, I'm kidding. Randy, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Take that back.
Randy's the man.
No, but Nashville's a fucking wild place. I mean,
I'd love to go.
You could definitely come down here and get your DUI real easy. They're setting you up for it. It is a drinking town, man.
See, it's like Austin. Austin was, man, bars everywhere, honky tonks, everything. It's just like, yeah. No.
The strip downtown here is wild.
They'll just throw your ass in this, like by the end of it, they'd had like a bus that would just, if you're so drunk, they toss you in there and take your blood. And it's like, you can't take my fucking blood. Like, that's not constitutional. Like, they're testing that right now. I'm like, God damn.
The DUI food truck.
I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Here. They just pull that trailer up. It's like a booking trailer that they just throw people in when they're too drunk. It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude.
Kip's heading out.
What? Kip's heading out? He stayed the whole time.
And there he goes. So are you Eastern time? Is that where that's at?
No, we're Atlantic Standard Time. It's late here, bud.
Well, shit, dude.
It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
But I got a truck appointment in the morning, and it's gonna be a pretty easy day tomorrow.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you being on here, man.
Oh man, wouldn't miss it.
Hell yeah. Well, tell everyone what your troll code is, so that way if they're getting in that troll gear,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's break 10.
brick
Break
10.
10.
Brick 10.
Get
Brick 10.
that get that
Okay.
that big extra 10% off, boys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Take that,
Get some
sometimes
t-shirts.
either shipping or taxes away. It's like, that's, dude, I always do those.
Well, frig, man, like they're great, man, because like for example, Labor Day, like we're taking 70% off some stuff, right?
See,
So
I think it was the end of winter sale, like I think midsummer or something when y'all were advertising that, or I wouldn't say around that time, maybe coverings even in April, and I stocked up, so I've got jackets all for this next year coming up, and it was because like you said, it was like 70-80% off, and I'm like, dude,
yeah, man.
sales they run, they're legit. Like, not every item is going to be that good, like on sale, but it's like when those ones hit, you can save some serious cash by scooping it up right now.
Oh man.
So,
I mean I love it. I wore their gear before that, but like I just like there'll be some new stuff coming out, man. It's pretty cool. So
this is the new one they sent me, but I get this like monthly gear kind of thing.
oh yeah, man.
But
You're in it with us.
well, shit. No, I want that. Eventually, it would be nice to be sponsored with them. But man, I wear all their shit. It's good stuff, and it's
Just
nice.
keep on rocking it. Just keep on
Hell yeah,
rocking.
dude. They got this like monthly subscription you do, and it's at random. So they'll send you a mystery. I signed up for both, so I get a mystery hat and a mystery shirt. And I'm like a little kid on Christmas every fucking month when it comes in. I'm just like, ooh, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna repeat? So far, no repeats. So I'm like, all right.
I like sticking to like they're blacked out stuff, man. Like everything, like every time I get like a hat, it always ends up being black or a sweater.
See?
Yeah.
See? I only have a couple of them that are off color, and I'm like, all right. But if they send me the trucker style, I love those for work because they breathe. And then like full backs, when they send me those, I'm like, all right, those are the ones I wear out when I'm just going out, having fun and out and about.
Well, if we go to coverings, I'll bring a bunch of shit.
What? All right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
You said you are going to Orlando?
Oh, 100%, man. I'll be there like 100%. Even if one of my legs is cut off, I'll be there.
Oh,
It's worth it. It's worth it for the deals, dude.
Yeah. I hear
fun
that, man.
stuff.
Like and like the connections too, and like the only thing though is like you can't really bring much back with you though if you're like, you know what I mean?
I got at Surface. I bought I went to Ross even and bought like a massive duffel bag, and I was like on wheels, like big enough where you could store a body if you needed to. And I'm like, I filled that sucker up because I didn't realize how much free shit, like you said, they'll be giving you, and it's like sometimes it's even free tools and stuff, and it's just like, man, I want to take it back as long as it's within means, but Monolift had like super good sales, and I was thinking about getting a cutter, and I was like, man, that's something that I can't really put in a bag. Like if they fuck it up, it's not going to cut right. So I'm just like, no.
Yeah. And Boots gives stuff away like every day too.
Oh yeah. Dude. Was Ramondi there? Did they have a section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
big
stuff,
section
man.
actually.
So, dude, I love Ramondi.
I love Ramondi stuff, man. I just feel like it's so like purely made. Like I just bought that big
yeah, you got that rail saw.
That rail saw, man. Like, oh my god.
I saw that. That's nice, dude.
You chuck a Cali Dad blade on that thing, man. It rips. Like, oh.
So I think Raimondi and Montolet were like one company at one time, and they separated. I think in like the 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I might go to a Montolet, but like I've always rocked my Sigmas around here.
There you go.
Yeah, but I hear the Montolets are wicked.
I have a little Sigma pull, but I have a Montolet too. It's nice.
Actually, do I have?
If you look at the Raimondi push or snap cutters, though, they're identical to monoliths. They're like, they say Raimondi monolith on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they cost.
I never seen one.
They're like a tan color. It's like a tan monolith. They cost like $100 more.
Right. Like, I mean, the Raimondi like Wash Boy. That's like the OG of Wash Boys.
The Wash Boy. What's a Wash Boy?
The Wash Boy is like your.
Oh, just your bucket.
Your grope bucket.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just switched to a Raymundi when I had a Ruby, but I picked one up at Coverings and it's sweet.
Yeah.
Want to get something different.
It's the trash bag one. You put a trash bag in it. I don't ever do it, but it's like for easy cleanup.
100%.
See, somebody also did that with their tile saw, like the wet saw component, you know? So
Yeah.
you just fill that up, and then when you're done, you strip the bag out, and all your shit comes out with it. So you never have to clean your saw except for the tray, you know? And it's like, I
Pretty
don't
clever.
know.
The one thing I must say about that rail saw, and it's just because the tile I was using, it had those little stupid, like pointy wax things on this like pool tile I was using, and after I used it so long, like my no water was coming through, and I literally had to take the whole thing apart to get to the in nozzles of like where the blade was, but you have to literally take it apart to get to those. And they were all clogged up with like wax and stuff. That was the only downfall. But I mean, I was cutting like crazy amounts of tile. So
There you
How
go.
long is that saw?
you can cut. I never measured, but you can cut
You're gonna
probably. It's a little like I can cut a 4-foot tile vertically, but I still probably have another 1.5 2 feet.
Yeah, so you can do another 5-footer, a 3x5, if you needed.
Yeah,
Okay.
vertically, and it comes with a like you can buy a side stand. So like for $500, you can buy a side stand for like if you're doing like a full 4x4, it will like come off to the side for the table to keep that tile level.
Does it cut pretty straight, or you got to do like some
no,
step cut?
no, she's straight as an arrow.
That's sick.
Yeah, straight as an arrow, man. Like I don't know, maybe over time, like it starts to that rail may drift. I don't know, but the rail's solid.
There you go.
Pushing, wearing out,
it might. Same as like that's what I noticed with the Sigmas, with the push cutters, is that it'll start a couple millimeter here or there. Like you got to be marking each section to line it up.
Yep.
Yeah, I pretty much always do, anyways. Just snap.
Yeah, me too. But when I first started tiling, dude, like I remember I was like, what is happening? And I had no idea, right? Like I didn't even think, and I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I was doing that on a rigid, like 8-inch wet saw, and it was walking on me. I'm like 2-foot tiles. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
It's like, you just gotta line it up.
Yeah.
The rigid one would do that.
It's like a lot of bullshit at the time. Like, what? I gotta mark both sides? What the hell, dude?
But I mean, I feel like the Romani's only for certain scenarios. Like it's heavy. Like it's got like it's on wheels.
That's like the one I got. It's a great cutter.
Yeah.
It's 52 inches, so you can cut. But it's got spring table and everything. But goddamn, dude, it's a solid little piece of metal right there, dude.
Yeah.
So
I bought the 10-foot Sigma push cutter. Because the only reason I got that is because I was looking for one that could just be, I think it was like the 4-footer Sigma, and they didn't have it in stock, but my supplier was like, no one will buy this 10-foot Sigma push cutter. And then they were like, we'll give it to you for the same price. But I'm telling you, man, like I wish I never bought it because it was the heaviest bastard.
These large panels, these like 4x8s that are coming to,
It's an actual like snap cutter. It's not. We're not talking about like a rail system.
No, it's an actual snap cutter, 10-footer.
What the fuck? How big are the arms that come out on the side of that?
Oh, like massive, man, like massive. And it's actually like
it's like gimmicky.
It depends on what towel you use too. Like sometimes it won't cut cleanly. Like you can break it, but like you're doing some like it'll have like that almost like that shard edge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only certain scenarios. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this Raimondi, but you need a trailer to friggin' haul that thing, or else you're taking it apart every day and like collapsing it down.
Do you store it laying down, or you stand? I mean, 10 feet. That's pretty goddamn high. So I don't think you can stand it standing up. But I mean,
Which one? The push cutter one?
The one that's 10 foot. You said.
Yeah, no, it just lays down. It's the same as it's just a push cutter.
That's what I got the Tyler on right now, and like I said, it's like a 52, so it's probably a little more than that because it cuts 52 with the rail.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, okay, like as long as I'm not dangling it, if I can get a nice little hook, I can stand it up, suck it to the wall, essentially, and then it'll just be there, and it'll free up that ring because
it cuts 10 foot or it's 10 foot long.
It can cut 10 feet.
Jesus, dude.
So it's like 11, 12 feet long.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Man, don't get rid of that. That's sick.
Well, you know what's funny is like when I was doing this job, I couldn't get my hands on, because sometimes our suppliers here like hard getting like tools here. So I found this, and like I was only cutting 4x4s, and I walked this thing up like 2 stories high, and they were like, "What in the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Hey man, it's my tile cutter."
I'm cutting 2 at one time.
I had to set it up in the bedroom, and it took the whole bedroom up.
They're like, "Don't fuck with this guy." That is
no.
Oh, that's awesome.
You could line up 2 like 4-foot tiles at one time though, and like get a real.
Yeah. Actually, the tile I was using to cut, it was a Sarah Gray's tile, which I love, and it cut them real nice.
Yeah, if you're gonna have some visible edge cuts, just line them all up on there real long and just like a.
I'm thinking about getting the
like
Sigma,
a giant mosaic.
The Sigma miter attachment. One of my guys I know here has one, and he said it's wicked. You put your grinder inside of it. And
I know it.
Yeah.
Oh, I always wonder if it's worth it or not. It's like $400 or $500.
Yeah, he said it works pretty good.
Huh? Well, let us know when you get it. Let us know.
Yeah. I like using my hands anyways, man, just kind of coming on to it. But anyways.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
You still always got to come back and like
shape it.
Sand them real close.
Yeah. I always say it's like a barber. You know what I mean? When you're feathering, doing their hair, just like.
I just bought these new the Galadad Pro polishing pads. They're coming in. Yeah. So I'm so stoked to try those because I've tried the other 2 that they have, and they worked great. I'm just like, all right, but I want to try the Pro, see how it's going to operate.
I love their electroplated ones, but I find.
Oh yeah. I use those. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are freaking awesome, man. But like if you're using it on like a harder tile, like they'll wear right down. But for like a textured subway or just anything soft,
it'll do what you need to real quick.
Oh man, perfect.
See, I was using the they kind of look like honeycombs, is what I call them, like the honeycomb look. Yeah. They're in the middle. Yeah. I used those this last time with those 2 foot by 4 foot tiles with that tub enclosure, and they freaking were awesome, dude. And I'm like, all right.
That's mostly what I use.
Yeah,
honeycombs.
I got all
the ones.
Well, I think with the 2 sets I had bought back in the day, I'm like, it came with 2 sets of those, like you said, the electroplated ones, and they worked great. But I've been eating through them because of this whole year, and I'm like, all right, just time that I want to try these. I want to try these pros out.
Yeah.
Do you have the Roma blade?
Oh, dude.
Damn you! How is it?
It's so nice.
There you go.
It's weird because when you first see it, you're like, it almost looks like the old style, like glass cutter style blade. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't got any
smooth.
It doesn't got any mesh, right?
Yep.
Just the diamond.
But man, does it ever friggin'
just cut precise.
Oh, dude, it's like cuts like butter.
Dude, okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to get some more back end, and I'm like, all right, I want to scoop up a couple and load them into the box because my butter cutters are finally starting to wear down, and it's just, they've served their purpose, and they've lived a long life too, so I'm not upset. But it's I've been trying all the different ones they offer, and the only one I haven't done is the Roma, and that's why I was asking. So
have you tried the Workhorse one?
I like that one, and I used it like the stone that I've been doing, like the stack stone and things like that, and it cuts through that like no problem. So that's where I was like, okay, it got me excited because the way that one operated, I'm like, from what I've heard about the Roma, I'm like, it's, I probably wouldn't cut hard stone or anything like that with the Roma, but I would all your precise tile. It sounds like you said, is going to be just clean as can be. So it's going to be
like every tile I've used so far, it's been with, like, I haven't used it on a heavy duty hard porcelain.
Okay.
But I've used it on, like it's been good for me, man. Like it's worked really well.
What's the difference between it and like the butter cutter? You're getting a cleaner cut, like less chipping.
Yeah, less chipping for sure.
Well, the butter cutter's got the mash, like you were saying. The other one won't have the mash, so it's.
I feel like it just runs smoother, so you don't have
the drag of the mesh,
that and a little bit of the vibration. I find
that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like it's definitely one of the best blades I've used through Calidad yet.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got I ordered, got that, and I got some spacers coming my way. So getting ready
haven't used the spacers yet.
So I like them. I mean, they're good. I started using the clip systems; those work awesome. And then the horseshoes are great. And then I love the little wedgies, the blue wedgies. I've been waiting. Man, back in the day, they sold like 800 count, and I never got one. And I always waited for them to come back in, did the little, email me when back in stock, and I'm like, fuck. So when they got these 2000 ones in, I'm like, oh man, I stocked up already in a couple. They sent a couple, and then now I ordered some, and with that promotion they had, they're sending one, and it's just like, man, I'm stocked up, and I feel so happy about it because I'm like, they work great, dude.
So the only reason like I haven't, I'm gonna try them, is I love the QEP.
Okay, lash.
The QEP, the 1/16th spacer clip.
Yep.
I just find it gives you almost a tighter joint. Like it's like a mill. You know what I mean? Like it's like really, really, really tiny. That's the only reason I've always used those, or they're an RLS system.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't. I gotta try some of those clips out though.
So I mean, the wedges they give to you for free because you're bashing them with a hammer. Like some of the other ones, like the Ruby ones, are super thick, but I mean, they're also a little bit expensive to get them when you're investing into them too. So if they're giving you free wedges each time you're ordering, it's like I found that I'm not upset by any means if a couple cracks here and there. So it's like
all of them are gonna crack anyways.
Oh, over time,
over time,
absolutely. And that's where it's like, that's any brand. I mean, it just depends on which hammer. Like the QP mallet has definitely got some more, pounds. It's a little baby sledge, and it works great, but you got to be careful where you're hitting too. So, I mean, it's not like your normal, White Mar sledgehammer, not sledge essentially, but just normal mallet. So it's, I don't know.
I think that's the only really where I drifted off was just my clips. Just I've became so accustomed to using a certain clip. You know what I mean?
I used Ruby forever, and then Florida Core stopped carrying for a while, and that's when Ramundi came in, and I switched over, and then I started buying their clips naturally, and I still got them up like stored up in my attic because it's, when I switched over, I'm like, I already bought all these, and they're in great condition. Some of them are brand new still, and I'm not going to throw them away, and you never know.
I'm not biased. I'm not throwing anything away or
no.
I'm just waiting until I need it.
Yeah,
I here, I'm like, hell no, dude.
Yeah, I will use. So I use a QEP clip with a Ruby wedge.
Yeah, I mix all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's I forget what the Ruby wedge is, but they're a little more narrower. Like they come. I forget what I think it's called, like an ultra.
The Delta.
The Delta.
Yeah.
The Delta
with Core Tag. I almost made the mistake because their wedges are like smaller, like kind of like not as small as like the first QEP lash, like the Lash A, but it's definitely a smaller wedge. And they're clearancing them out over at Florida Core, and I was like, well, shit, I'll just buy those bases. And I looked, God, I had the gut instinct to look up and like look at the bag and be like, oh, they're like micros, like. You can stick a little Lego man in there, and I'm like, "Fuck that, dude! That's not what I need."
I'll talk to Andrew. I'll tell him that when they come up with some black wedges, then I'll cross over.
There you go.
I like the black wedges, man. I think they just look sick.
Dude, that is sick.
Yeah.
Who makes the black? Is it Ruby?
Ruby, yeah.
No shit.
I got a bunch of blacks ones. They're all mixed in with the Calidad though, because they're the size. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna get some Calidad ones. I got to.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I got some 8s that are sitting. I'm going to use them on a project coming forward on that bathroom I was talking, or that GC with the multiple bathrooms. I try to use 16s on a lot of things, but depending on what we're doing, what we're tying in, if we have mosaics in, and how much of the mosaics are playing a role, I like everything to kind of work together. So if mosaics usually come standard 1/8, then it kind of it can look weird if you don't space it accordingly. So
yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, any other topics you want to touch on, brother?
I'm good, man.
All right.
It's way past my bedtime.
I know. I appreciate you, man. I didn't know it was that late. I'm like, holy shit.
No, it's all good. I'm just in the garage. I'll sleep here, man. Actually, I got to show you this before we take off. So this is basically like the reason I bought this place. I can't switch. I don't know how to use this thing, man. I feel like I'm not even tech savvy, but here. So this is my shop, like the garage, but this is what I'm gonna renovate up here to make it like basically.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Put a pool table or some shit up there.
Absolutely, dude. That's badass.
Yeah. So. And then there's a garage on the other side of this that's attached to this garage. The buddy had it for it's like a 26 by 32.
Okay.
Bigger than my house.
That's nuts, dude.
But yeah, this is my baby here, man.
That is sick.
Just gonna find time to fix her up.
That's a cool spot, man.
Yeah, like when I said to the wife, like it was in Herringbone, we obviously wanted to be here, but I was like, I can't pass up. Like to build a garage now, man, you're talking like $100,000 plus. Like I was like,
oh yeah.
So
125K here.
Yeah, like who? Like honestly, like I don't have that to just drop down. You know what I mean?
Jason and Steph, they're going to be building one. It sounds like they're going to be doing a lot there themselves next summer. I think they're doing the foundation this year, is what I was told, and then next year. And it was a nice little setup from what I was seeing from the blueprints. I was like, shit. You guys should go out there and do some tile work with them or help them. And I was like, well, see how this goes.
They said that they were maybe possibly moving down here.
Well, shit. That's new to me.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to them. Actually, speaking of that, I was supposed to send them some.
Their place over there is gorgeous. They sent some pictures, and I'm like, man, geez, talk about paradise.
Yeah,
They're
in Canada too.
They are, yeah.
Yeah,
right on the other side of the one of the Great Lakes, I want to say. So
you guys need some Schluter curbs.
You know what I needed was some goddamn tile to carpet Schluter. And I was like, God, nobody had it. Nobody anymore. So I had a special order and overnight it. Paid like $125 to get that shit overnighted. And I'm like, God damn it, man. Lesson learned. But I just like using it. It just looks so much better. And
right.
Like I said, they stock this ugly ass raw aluminum, satin aluminum is what it's called. And I'm like, what the fuck? What does that tie into? It looks like a goddamn eyesore. Like anybody that's putting that in somewhere, like you better have something that's tying it into something where it's just otherwise it looks like shit. So
yeah,
it's worth the 125 to get it, and it'll keep me somewhat on schedule because
100%.
Our Home Depot and Lowe's here were like, 2 weeks out. I'm like, no, we're only doing 2 weeks. There's a whole slew of problems if it's not coming in 2 weeks. Like I'm fucked.
Right.
Got too many things lined up back to back where everything's got to work out within means.
Home Depot is dangerous, dude.
It is, dude.
It's like the only place here that sells like Milwaukee, and that's all I like using. And every time I go in there, I'm like, oh my fuck, I gotta go.
I just order that shit.
Yeah, what's that?
I just order my Milwaukee stuff.
I know, and I should, but like every time I walk in there to get lumber, like I always drift over to the Milwaukee section. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. What you got to do is you got to start buying some other nicer tool brand, like Fez Tool, and then stop looking at the Milwaukee section, and they don't sell Fez Tool at Home Depot, so you won't have this problem anymore when you go to buy like.
Fez tools are fucking nuts, man. You got an arsenal too. And I'm like, man, those are pricey suckers.
Yeah.
I got a few festival things.
I want to get that vacuum or whatever
HEPA.
that Nathan has.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got the big one. He's got the 48.
Yeah, that's like
Whatever.
$2,000.
I got the 36. It's pretty sweet. It like knocks its filter like just whenever it's got a sensor like,
Oh, that's
oh,
sick.
the filter's getting dirty and it kicks itself.
What?
Called
You
a-
gotta put a bag in there though.
I keep a bag in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that one, the festival shop vac is only used for certain things. You don't like go sucking up turds with it. Like you keep a rigid around still for like
I
sucking
got
the
the
water
bucket
out of
buddy. If I'm draining toilets, that's
You
the
know,
5-gallon
yeah.
bucket buddy.
I don't ever have to suck up turds. My problem is I never put a bag in my shit.
See,
I don't with my rigid.
Yeah, but then it only lasts for like a week. You're like you use it like a couple times and then it's like
Yeah,
why
you
is this not sucking up
take the
anything?
filter outside, bang it
Yeah.
against the tree for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
mine
exactly.
fucking falling off, and I didn't know
Yeah.
about it. I turned it on, and it fucking blasted a whole bunch of dust everywhere off the back end. I'm like, God damn it, shut it down.
Oh yeah, dude, you got to get that.
Oh, the little mesh. Or
They
that.
say it's for noise. You put on the back end, but it bullshit. It stops dust.
See,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna cut one of those because you're right. The last one I had that. This one I don't think does. I'm like, shit.
I usually use a Makita for my my variable speed for my grinder, but I just bought I've been using a Metabo and I really like the Metabo.
There you go.
But I don't know, man. I feel like Makita has the best variable grinders.
See, I'm running Makita on everything.
Yeah.
I like Makita stuff.
Yeah,
I don't-
man.
I mean,
like even the Metabo.
Cool
is
shit.
like- yeah, the Metabo. It's nice, but it's not. I don't know. There's just something about it. It doesn't feel right in my hand. I like the Makita because it's heavy at the head, so that's where I hold it most of the time.
Yeah.
For my miters, and it just balances better. So I don't know.
Do you have any Milwaukee grinders?
No, I do. I do, but I use it just for polishing.
There you
go. But then again, you know what? Like I always go back to like my variable speed for polishing too, right? Because
Are your grinders corded or cordless?
my Makita variable speed is corded.
Gotcha.
I like corded. I'm just old school.
Me too.
I want it to not die or get near death when I'm, precision cutting. And it's just
the consistency.
I find Milwaukee grinders like the battery operated ones, man. Like you better have a battery charged up because like it just dies. Like the batteries are terrible. I find.
That's what I do with my jigsaw, my router, all of them. They make them cordless and they're probably great, but I'm just old school on certain things, and I'm like, I just want constant power so that I don't have to feel that there's one less thing I'm having to worry about when I'm trying to be precise. So it's
answer me this though. If
what do you got?
Milwaukee came out with a wet saw, would you get it?
If it was batteried?
I mean, it probably would be battered.
Yeah. I mean,
it better be that MX line.
Right.
Would you get it?
I don't have any of those batteries though. Those are like $1,000 each.
But would you get it?
Probably not.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude, I'm not a Red or Dead fan.
I already convinced you on the 3/4 ply, bud.
Be out here building plywood showers on my Milwaukee towel.
I seen you thinking, bro. I seen you thinking. You're like, well.
Oh god, I'm gonna be doing my research.
No, but if they came out with a handheld wet saw, like
What's
circular
that?
saw,
Yeah, they do have those, but they don't have it on.
Makita
battery.
makes one.
Yeah, but not battery.
What?
Yeah, with like a little water container
Yep.
on it.
You can do it dry or wet. And it's
Makita
a
makes
4.5-inch blade.
Amos has it.
Really? So is it similar to what like a hydro tail hookup would be?
Like
like a circular saw with a hydro tail.
Yeah,
Wow.
but a little miniature circular saw. And man, I always wanted them when I'm working like condos and stuff because I'm like, shit, you can just cut things right there.
Ryobi's had a corded one forever at Home Depot.
Makita's got a corded one too, but
So does Cobalt.
Yep.
Corded and cordless.
Man, we don't get that shit here. There's no way.
Are you
See.
sure? No
I'm
way.
positive, man. All we got is 3/4 ply, bud.
Damn.
That's all we got. A little bit of membrane.
Oh, God damn it, brother.
Yeah.
Well, man.
Like seriously though, like all right, yeah. I gotta go to bed. You're gonna keep me up and passive,
man. But hey, thanks for being on here. It was great.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for sharing your story, brother.
Yeah, man. Good meeting you. Good meeting you guys over social media.
Hell yeah. I look forward to meeting you in person and covering, man.
All right, give me a big kiss.
No.
Oh no, plywood kisses.
All right, see you, boys.
All right, brother. Take care.
Yeah, bye.
That was awesome. I'm gonna end this one real quick.
All they get is 3/4 ply. That's funny as fuck.
Dude. All
Plywood
right.
showers.